All right, y'all. We're into another life
round.
Rounds?
Another life round?
Another life round.
Online with friends. Create a game. Where are we going?
I'm looking at my my puzzle pieces.
Christmas.
We're going back to Christmas?
Did you give us the code?
I have to pick
We
them
don't
out first.
have the code.
Oh, you have to pick it first. Okay, got it. Nar.
I mean, in Haunted Hills, I only need one more pig to get a costume.
Deal.
Well, there you go.
Create the game. Code's going to be 3541.
You mean Stumptween?
Stumptween.
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 Here at Stumptween.
No.
Marmalade, we play this game so much, you should make a Stumped map.
You should.
We talked about this already.
Apparently, there's a new version of Clue by them that we need to check out at some point.
Oh, hell yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, it had some 3D-ness going on.
I'm going back to my bug. My VW bug.
Oh no, it gets so horrifying.
Well, that doesn't mean I have to have a child.
I guess we're
Sometimes
we're going
you're
to the spooky place.
Sometimes
anyways.
surprise baby happens, though.
Well, I mean,
It's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a whoopsie.
I'm gonna be hot chocolate, because that's what I want in my heart.
Okay.
Chocolate's good. I had a hot chocolate.
Can we start like a petition to Marmalade? Chat? Could we get
That's
like...
what I'm looking up their homepage right now.
Yeah. Dearest Marmalade, I feel like, continuously play your game. I would like to petition a Stump theme map.
Something map, not
We
just
have
a
talked
character.
about this before,
A whole
and we
map.
struggled.
A whole
We
map.
struggled to come up with ideas.
No,
when we
we'll
talked
come up
about
with
this.
ideas. Obviously, like, starter job, streamer.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like starter job is like a sandwich maker. So it's all like food related things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know, Starbucks.
Yeah, but then like the top job, like based on like things that we've done in games, what would be like the top job?
There's Clue and then there's Cluedo.
Hot
I
dog
think it's-
connoisseur? Oh yes.
I think it's just Clue and the one that's the new one.
Well, there's Clue and then there's the Cluedo one.
I think it's both Clue and Cluedo.
Right. And they're,
All in
they're
one.
both made by Marmalade. It's just one is newer.
You're right,
Right.
Rickonomics expert.
A Rickonomicist or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
Are we
But,
talking
like-
about like just like stump jobs that pertain to like us? Or
Yeah.
are we talking about like, because I've already got game developer and
I'm thinking
No,
about
in the
more,
game.
veterinary nurse.
more
In this
funny,
game.
funny ones that fit the Stumped lore.
But game
Yeah.
developer is also pretty good to have in there. But like
Oh.
you know how there's always like the place where you spin the wheel? Maybe on top of that, it's actually like stumps there, and then you spin on top of the stump.
Okay, I see it. I
Yeah,
see.
see, like this would be Stumpy's head right here.
Oh wow, y'all, we
Yeah.
have to play the new Cluedo game though.
I mean,
It
that's
looks
why
good.
I was
We will.
talking about it. Yeah.
We will, of course.
Oh yeah, coin machinist.
Penny Smusher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buy a penny swisher for
Ooh.
200.
No, like
You get
there's
the
a
job, Penny Swisher, and that is the highest paying job.
yes, because it's unlimited earning potential.
Unlimited
Ooh.
potential.
And
Unlimited passive income.
I think an Orange Julius or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that as
Well,
a job.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think they could use Orange Julius, but they could have orange juice,
orange drink.
heiress.
Oh man. That's ridiculous.
The starting zone would be like Portland, and then it goes into more like
think it
fantasy
goes-
stuff.
I think it goes into a mall from the early 2000s.
Because of the orange juice.
You go
Because the
through
Orange
Lloyd
Julius.
Center,
Exactly.
Oh.
You got a Spencer's, you got the Hot Topic.
the dead mall that is Lloyd
It's
Center.
not no, because it wouldn't be dead back then. Because again, it's early 2000s mall.
I'm gonna throw a party.
We're going back to the early 2000s.
I can't wait to play this new Cluedo game. Y'all,
Then
I
we
just watched
need-
a trailer of it. It looks good.
It looks good. It looks
It
good.
looks good.
I was gonna say we need like Abercrombie and Aeropostale.
Yeah, there you
skins.
go. Yeah.
Puka
Oh.
shell necklace.
You want
Definitely
the
a
puka
shell.
shells and the
Yeah.
popped collars?
Yeah.
You know,
Extra
I feel like
pops.
those are coming back around.
There is a certain level of ironic, or not ironic. I think it's just this is how style works, right? It goes in waves, and
Circular.
I now understand the whole like generation being like, I just don't get why you do that, blah blah blah. For us, it's like, oh, because we did that when we were younger, and then it went out of fashion, and we're like, why are you going back there?
You're like, that was a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
It's like the younger generation are discovering the things that were like only semi-cool, but like cool to a niche group from our generation. It's like I saw a whole TikTok about someone freaking out about the concept of Lilith Fair, and they'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
I was before we went to PAX, I was looking for new clothes, and I was at Lane Bryant because that's where I usually buy, pants and stuff. And they literally had like bougie Jenko jeans. Because they're like, oh, it's wide leg, because wide leg's the new fashion right now.
Hey.
And I was like, I can't relive this. I can't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's my thing about it is just like, if y'all want that, if y'all enjoy that, more power to you. Love it, and it's great. There's no way. I will gladly be the embarrassing millennial who's still wearing skinny jeans and all this kind of stuff. Nice.
Look, it'll just come back in fashion again.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick with that. And then when y'all have your 80s phase, it'll be like a 2020s phase or a 2010s phase. Then we'll be cool again. Then it'll be like, oh, I want my dad's vintage skinny jeans.
I was just looking at the other games. They have Taboo, the game.
Taboo?
Yeah, I think that one's only on mobile.
It is, so we'll have to play that one too.
I don't think I've ever played Taboo.
I don't think I've ever played Taboo.
I need to look again. I think the thing is like that one's like one where I think you actually need to utilize the mechanic of having an actual cell phone. Like I'm not sure that.
Yeah, it's like face to face.
Right.
I think it would be fun.
Right. I just don't know how we would record it.
Marmalade's in London.
All right.
They have a London studio and a Lisbon studio.
Lisbon?
Lisbon, yeah.
Like Portugal? Is that where that is?
I think so.
I don't remember. On the south side of the Tagus, close to the Parc des Pas. They offer benefits such as life insurance, private health insurance, pension contribution, flexi time.
And is
Flexi
now
time.
Flexi time.
Fresh fruit and snacks, y'all! Everybody apply.
Ash, you should be working for Marmalade.
I would gladly. Anyway, I would hope that they're offering everything under the moon because they're one of the most successful mobile game devs of all time.
Okay. Current vacancies.
Get a raise.
Okay, so, this not good. They need a Unity console developer. Well, I got news for you. Marmalade, you might want to switch that right now.
Yeah.
Product manager, Ash, you could do that. That's marketing.
Product managers usually aren't marketing, unless it's a marketing product manager.
It's under marketing, it says, for the London one. Description, you are a dynamic... Hold on, Vampire Speller. You are a dynamic product manager with a passion.
And I don't need the job. What are you doing right now?
I'm reading it. You don't want? Fine. It's my... I'll see you on the other side when I become the project manager for Marmalade.
Is it project or product?
Product.
That's different, right? Because Ash does project.
I don't do product or project management. Neither of those are my wheelhouse.
Well, what is your wheelhouse?
But you were doing one of those, weren't you?
Being a sad person that doesn't want to apply to Marmalade?
Wow.
Oh God.
This has gone in weird directions.
Right?
Listen, I'm just trying to help.
Not really. Your help, I will gladly leave. I will gladly be fine without your help. Thank you.
Oh man.
One day Ash will be begging for that help.
I know.
Specific
And we're gonna be
job.
like, remember this? We clipped it.
Listen, I'm just getting ready for the roast. That's all.
Oh yeah, it's gonna kill. Your material's gonna be so good.
Jazz is laughing already.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a whole thing.
I feel like me and Price are gonna be the winners, and there's gonna be just losers everywhere else.
Yeah.
Ash and I are going to be crying, and Jazz and Price are going to be laughing.
Unless it gets to the point where it's like it more feels like mom and dad are fighting.
Well, that's why I've told Anna we need to have a I don't know how Anna's planning this. I'm planning on having a list of roasts and a list of compliments, and whenever it goes too far, I switch to the list of compliments.
I can do that.
Okay,
anytime.
I dig the balance. I dig the balance.
The compliments is gonna weird me more out, though. I'll be like, I have to leave now. I don't understand.
So wait, who do I have to console when one of you starts crying, or when both
Probably
of you starts
Ash.
crying?
Ash.
Both. I mean, that's how it goes, you know?
I'm fine. I'm tough. I don't cry.
I've seen you cry so many times.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I don't cry.
Sure.
We played Yakuza 0. I saw you cry.
Listen, I talked about this in the panel that I did about grief and video games. I was like, video games give me the outlet to actually cry, because that is my toxic trait. If I hate crying, and anytime I cry in front of people, I feel awful and I hate it with a fiery passion.
I think I have video evidence from the vlog of you literally crying on camera.
Yeah, well, I hated it. That doesn't mean, but I was talking about video games, and video games is my only outlet where I don't have to be toxic and I can cry.
Yeah.
Because every other moment of it is life, and it has to be toxic.
It's true.
It's the only way to live.
That's how we get the views, Ash.
Start bringing the big bucks.
That's how every other gamer gets
Yay.
the views.
Man, I am
being toxic.
cruising.
Zoom.
Woo!
Yeah, wow. Uh-oh.
Cycle to work. I like this. I'm ready to dive in.
I need these pigs.
You need them piggies, yeah. Get that puzzle piece.
That's the last
get it?
one. I got it.
Yeah! Did it say what character you got, or it just said unlocked?
Nope. It's just unlocked.
I don't know if I think I have them all on this one. I'm not positive. Because there's like 3, right? How many?
I give myself money.
I don't know.
I don't remember how many.
Can I actually like go here? Oh no, I can't look.
I'll watch a game stream.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, see, I think when they say product manager, they actually are talking about project managing and product manage, because you're like doing it, you're just doing marketing for it, so it's a little bit of a both.
That's the thing. Positions, especially in the game dev world, that's like product manager, project manager, or like biz dev, or community management. Each of those could have a very focused requirements, or they could expect you to do the world. Like yeah.
Okay, well, if
Anyway,
you have a genuine
no one's
passion,
getting that job.
I could get this job.
Give me that money.
You don't
I
need
could
another job.
100% get this job.
You don't need another job.
I don't, but I could get it.
You just get it to prove that you can.
I almost did that with another job. I was like, I could get this job. What if I applied? And Ryan was like, you can't do this. You barely have time as is. What are you gonna do? And I was like, yeah, but I could.
But I could do it.
I could just apply to prove to myself that I could do it, and then when I get it, then I have to worry about it. This is
tomorrow's problem.
Yeah, this is future Anna's problem, who has 4 jobs.
This is why you have 4 jobs.
Ridiculous.
What? Yeah, it's true. Jazz, they're hiring a technical artist.
God, if I could never have to do an interview for the rest of my life, I would be so happy. I hate interviews.
Oh, for sure.
This is a job I can't get. Because I got no art skills.
You have art skills.
Not that they want from Marmalade Studios.
You never know.
Okay, I could apply.
Chat, what is this poll? Who should Jazz confront? And I need someone to...
Comfort.
No, it's either confront or comfort.
It's
but
comfort.
It is a combination of both of those, and Jasmine is confrontationally comforted.
Oh, taxes.
Where's
Like-
Kiwi?
You're gonna let me hug you.
Listen, we need to talk about the lax of hugs now.
That's a confrontation.
Yeah.
It's it's not like aggressive cuddling or aggressive.
Listen, I'm the project manager on the hug team, and I gotta talk to you about your KPIs that you're missing.
Wait. But are you the project manager or the product manager?
No, project
The
manager.
hug.
Very different. Product manager, he's a superstar, all right?
Okay.
No, it's project. So it's PROD JECT.
Oh, it's both. It's both. I get it.
Listen,
Listen.
we're an agile team here. We like to move. We like to move quickly. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Ash knows all the lingo.
Agile
I really
team.
don't. Like, I'm aware of it. I don't know what it means because it's all bullshit.
It is bullshit. But if you're a man and you say it with enough passion, people do it.
If you're a
Look,
mediocre
guys.
white man, cis white man, you can get whatever you want in the world.
You can't spell business without BS.
That's right. Oh God, the PTSD. I'm sorry, chat. But I am going to need you to come 15 minutes early for our 15-minute huddle that we're having every day from this point forward, okay? And why haven't you logged what you're doing every day in Asana yet?
In a
In
sauna?
a sauna?
Yeah, that's, again, another tool that basically every office in the world uses.
I want a sauna.
Yeah, that meant like a sauna. Yeah.
Wait, were you not talking about a sauna?
No, he's talking about Asana.
I was talking about Asana, not a sauna.
I'm so confused now.
It's like a program or something. Apparently, I was just as confused.
It's like, and we use Trello. It's like Trello, but like times 1,000.
Like worse?
Well, just
then-
like that, it does a lot more.
Oh my God, Trello already does way too much. Trello needs to calm it down.
Like-
Sir, this is a Denny's.
People that use Asana, they hear you say that Trello does so much already, they laugh. Like, they're like, oh my God, no, Trello only does the one thing. Asana does like a
man.
million things.
Is that the one that we looked at a while ago?
Yeah, I think I showed you, was it ClickUp and Asana? I think I showed you both.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of them did seem really good for like project
They're both-
management.
They're both basically
Yay.
the same thing.
House.
Okay,
house.
Marmalade Studios has a Risk game and a Scrabble game?
Look at my risky house.
Ooh.
I love it. I got another
think-
puzzle piece.
I'm just saying, like, y'all...
I feel like we tried to play Risk once.
I
Not
think we
positive.
tried to do Risk, but then
I'm
I
not
don't
a
know.
fan of Risk.
I think the
I mean, I'm not a huge
the
fan of Risk.
SMG Studios version of Risk that we played was actually was just really good.
It was just easier to like.
It was a
Record.
quicker games, you know.
I'm just saying, chat, if you love Stumpt as much as you say you do, you should get Marmalade Studios to somehow sponsor us.
Chat, use all of your industry connections, chat.
Use
okay?
them.
I mean,
And us calling upon you.
Honestly,
I call upon my horde of industry
Yeah.
contacts.
and while we're at it, all of the industry insiders out there, find someone that needs someone in game publishing ops and then have them hired in. For
Also,
a lot
all
of-
you game industry people out there, find a way to bring back Soul Reaver for me.
There you go. Just
Just for
exactly.
me.
Well, we're
I
making
need some.
demands.
I need some Soul Reaver back in my life. All right. Raziel, mwah.
Yeah.
Kane, mwah.
Everybody and their sexy vampire boyfriends.
God, I love it so much.
They're so good.
Do 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 do.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Let's
I
go.
wish I
Let's-
could buy the IP.
Let's buy
that
the IP. Listen, the IP was just sold from Square Enix to the Embracer Group for way too
And
much
the
money.
Embracer Group is fucking losing, like,
Yeah.
throwing things away left and right.
Embracer Group is currently laying off everyone under them, so like maybe you can buy it for peanuts now.
Yeah. I got a spooky house.
You did.
If I could buy it, I would throw everything
What
into
would
it.
what would you do with it?
I'd be like, I have it. You can have it from me, but you have to ensure this gets made.
That's the hard part. Then you have to find the money.
Well, Justin.
And to be honest,
I'm gonna call Justin.
that's the part that I could actually help with. That's the part that I actually know how to do something with.
Help me buy it.
Oh my gosh.
Helping you buy it, I don't know. But like once you have it and you need funding, then I can help you.
I feel like with our powers combined, we can do something.
Hey, give me that money.
The reality is if you want like a good like AA, AAA remake of Soul Reaver, that's like $10 million or something.
Well, yeah, I know. Look, I'm gonna call upon the one rich person we know, which is your former boss, and I'll be like, it's gonna be like Shark Tank. I'm gonna give him a whole speech, but really,
Please, sir.
You've got a writer.
Yeah, I do have a writer.
Oh my
But really,
gosh.
I'm just gonna be like, can you please make this happen just for me?
Just for me.
And then I'll cry.
Listen, Paul is one of my contacts in the industry. Paul will help me. Paul's
Paul
also
Hollywood?
in. No.
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul Hollywood, absolutely.
Paul in chat.
Hollywood Paul.
The Hollywood Paul is not the same as Paul in chat, who also lives in Europe.
Do you have baby blue eyes, Paul?
Closer to Marmalade Studios than all of us.
I mean, you said the Marmalade was in the UK. Where do you think Paul Hollywood lives?
Paul
In the
Hollywood
UK.
does not live in the UK. He's in Hollywood.
Definitely not.
Definitely inaccurate. Definitely famously known for being on a show called British Bake Off.
They can film it anywhere and call it British Bake Off.
Yep, exactly.
Oh God, I feel like I'm losing
You're
it.
in a fever dream? Because
I'm
I
in a
am
fever
in a
dream.
fever dream. I'm having a fever right now and I'm in a dream.
Oh man.
You're dreaming about Paul in Hollywood, helping you make games.
Oh, Paul.
No, I wouldn't be dreaming about that Paul.
Hollywood.
You're welcome.
Hollywood?
Hollywood.
It's like Dollywood.
Hollywood.
But for all people named Paul.
Please don't land on taxes. Please don't land on. Okay, cool. I didn't remember what I rolled. Or spun.
My middle name was supposed to be Paul.
Let's keep it going.
Paul.
It was. I was supposed to be born Zachary Paul.
And instead,
Holly Zach.
instead you got a name that people will forever mispronounce.
Yeah, I know. If my name was Zachary, gosh, I wouldn't have the same problems ever.
It's a good looking
Okay.
greenhouse.
No,
Okay.
the doctor said I was supposed to be
Not that
born
one.
There you go.
a male.
Nice.
That's a lot of money, Bryce.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the more expensive houses.
That's a cool house, though.
Yeah. It's not mine anymore. Someone else has got to feed that plant.
Someone else water that plant.
No, I mean feed it.
Me.
Seymour.
I offer myself up
For
as
tribute.
sacrifice
Yeah.
For what?
to sleep the immortal sleep.
At Paul Hollywood's?
No, I'm done with Paul Hollywood's.
Anna,
Got
I
distracted
stole
by
your
chat.
crown.
I had a crown.
Yeah, you had the heart crown.
I've been on Marmalade Studios website for a
Oh
long
my
time.
gosh, Anna. This is going to be one of the weirdest episodes. And we've had a lot of
And
weird
the
episodes.
best episodes. One of the weirdest and best.
It's like weirder than
I don't know about that.
the heir to the Orange Julius.
I was going to say, I think our best ones is when we find a weird tangent and we stick with it for a while. We've jumped
Yeah.
tangent to tangent many times here.
Well, and yeah, this one, it's just like, when we go bonkers, that's normal. This is a weird conversation.
It's not my fault you didn't stay on the tangent of Marmalade Studios.
That's not the tangent.
What's the tangent?
Oh, man. It has become the conversation.
I mean, you're trying to have long-form conversations with two people that are obviously still suffering from COVID.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, is Anna opened up a website and can't, think about anything else. It's just there.
That's because, listen,
staring in your face.
I am legit trying to I'm manifesting
You're gonna get
over
that job?
here. I mean, I could get it. I could get that job if I have to apply just to tell everybody who's watching this video and watching us play on Twitch to prove to you that I can get this job. I'll do it.
Oh my gosh. They might watch this.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
it's me.
I don't
hope
think they
they do.
have because they would have reached out to us at any point when a new game is coming up if they've watched any of our stuff.
No, but we have
Fine.
contacts
How-
there
you
that
are
we reach
flipping
out to
houses
them.
left and right.
Yeah. I'm flipping off.
We have contacts.
Get your house
I'm
again.
Hit back.
Oh, but the hollow tree house is so cute.
I gotta get the treehouse, but could you imagine?
You just sell it,
Sell
and
it for
buy it.
$800 and immediately buy it back
That's
for $400.
some billionaire bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's some laundering.
I've
That's some
never
money
seen
laundering.
this one. It's so cute.
Nice.
Paul Hollywood. I would apply because they don't have a job for me in Libsyn. The jobs that they have in Libsyn, once again, a Unity programmer, which they're gonna have to change that because no one's using Unity anymore.
Yeah, that position's gonna change.
It's gonna be Unreal Console developer programmer, please, or a senior UI
/Godot.
artist, which
Go- I feel like everyone that's doing Unity will mostly switch to Godot, I'm betting.
Yeah, because Godot is the easiest.
For indies.
It's like it doesn't have nearly as much of a community that's built custom tools for it as Unity, but I feel like that's about to change.
Yeah, it's not as drag and drop.
Exactly. Because I do think that, like, while Unreal also has, you know, a lot to offer, it is not kind of the same. While you can make the same kind of games in Unity, I feel like or in Unreal, it's like, I feel like Godot is closer.
For those of you, for those of you who are not following game development, Unity just released a thing that they're like, we're gonna charge people, basically people that use Unity, based on installs of the game, and they have not clarified whether installs include like people that install the game in terms of like for demos or anything else. And so everybody in the indie community is like, one, you can't track that. There is no way to track how many installs you have of your game, because people will uninstall it and install it, and they're like, oh, well, we have this software that will keep track of it, but they haven't released any details or any specifics. So that means nothing. And they're just going to guess how many installs are and then charge you per install, which is like 20 cents American USD, which is like, people will then get charged like thousands and thousands of dollars that they physically don't have for using Unity, and it's ridiculous.
A couple of examples, because like 20 cents may not sound like much to y'all out there that have not heard about this yet, but like, for example, Game Pass usually just pays like a one-time, like, okay, you're gonna get like 10 grand or 50 grand or something, and we get to put it on Game Pass, and then legitimately like 1 million people could download that game, and that would suddenly be a $200,000 bill to that game dev.
And randomly.
Yeah. And like a lot of times, like when you get paid for one, like your releases, you get paid like once, and then you may get some residuals after that. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but like your initial payment will not cover that charge later on.
Right.
So
other examples, like Epic does the free games all the time. That, like, a dev mentioned the fact that, like, you do that free game thing on Epic, their game got downloaded 7 million times, and they didn't get paid nearly enough to what that fee would be.
But Paul is saying that they clarified some of it. When did they clarify? Because the last thing I heard or I saw is that they said they clarified it, and it was the same thing that...
Yeah, it's still incredibly vague. It's still incredibly vague.
So I'm curious, Paul, if you have more inside information as to what that means, tell us about it, because I'm very curious. And like the whole thing too is like, we are so familiar with people being review bombed in the indie spaces as well, because if you have a game that is quote unquote too woke, you can have a whole bunch of like alt-right people come in and just trash your game, you know, because they don't like it or whatever, and lower all of your, just review bomb it. So what is that if it's based on installs? If people are like, I'm just going to fuck over this game, so I'm just going to keep installing it and uninstalling it, because people that are that spiteful and bitter will do it.
Yep.
So what's the protection from that? They're like, well, we've got some safety things in line that we're not going to talk about, but we have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they don't clarify any of it. And one of the things that they said, and I think this was to try and make people think, oh, we're not screwing over indie devs, is that like, oh, but like for Game Pass, Microsoft will pay that.
Yeah.
Or, you know, whatever. But here's the thing, to everybody out there who thinks that actually is going to happen, they will just make the indie devs pay for it. Like through Microsoft, they will find ways of being like, oh, we're going to reduce your payout because, you know, we have to afford this end of it. So instead of 10K, you're going to get 8K.
Not even that. Like Microsoft, if that legitimately is Unity's answer, if they're like, oh, if you're on something like like the Epic Store for free, Epic will pay for it. If you're on Game Pass, Microsoft will pay for it. Those devs will just stop accepting Unity games. Like that's just going to be what happens.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's also
if
true.
If there is a risk to it, they won't.
Yeah.
So
Paul is saying that a lot of studios and creators have been contacted by their Unity rep. Most things are under NDA. Well,
I'll say that, like,
until things are like out and present, like I don't think
And we're good friends with a lot of devs that still seem to be actively like, this is BS. Even ones that like AgroCrab, who have publicly said that they've talked to their Unity dev, and they're still very, very not happy with the end result of that conversation.
Yeah.
So.
And also say very small studios probably don't even have a Unity rep, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to do either of these. Whatever.
Oh, Paul. I'm sorry you have to deal with all this.
Yeah, I feel my heart goes out to all the community managers and reps at Unity, because this is not your fault at all.
No, definitely not.
I assume it's mostly the CEO, who is the former CEO of EA. I assume
who never should be hired by anyone.
I assume that that's primarily his fault. But yeah.
But
I mean,
like Anna said, if they're not clear on this stuff, you have to treat them as if they're exactly what they say on the face value. You have to put pressure on them. You can't just let it be like, oh, I've heard behind the scenes things are okay. That's just not acceptable.
Yeah, because like even if, let's say, like behind the scenes under NDA, everything is fine and these indie companies are not being threatened, like nobody who's coming into the indie dev space knows that, right? Because they don't have a game, or maybe they're working on a game that doesn't quite have that availability. So it's like nobody's, from here on out, it's like when you hear a bad thing about a publisher, like everybody in the indie game space is not going to work with that publisher because of all the shit that they've heard about or what they've seen. Like, you just get put on the indiscriminate, like, this is a person or a company we don't work with anymore, and everybody in the indie games talks to each other.
It's just not worth the risk, and there are alternatives.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And I think they deserve all the criticism they're getting. If it's all like, oh, it's okay, we just worded it wrong, then say it. If things are okay behind the scenes, why can't you say that up front? Be like, oh no, devs are okay, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I don't see why that would be something you would hide.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm excited to see more community blowing up Godot, because Godot seems pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'd love to see more competition on
Anna,
those
you took my crown.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was not my
it's all
turn.
right.
No, good job.
But yeah, I think no. Oh, 100%, Paul. It's not something you can just drop in an instant, right? Because that's a lot of, especially if you already have a game that's made in Unity or you have been working on a game. It is like no one wants to be like, all right, we're just gonna switch, what we're using to make games. Like that's so hard.
It's a lot of time, investment, and money.
And it's a lot of programming that a lot of people probably don't have the skills to it yet,
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be like what we're saying, like once you hear a publisher is bad news, of course it sucks for the people that are already stuck in contracts and stuff, but like you're going to see less and less people signing on with that publisher or renewing their IPs with that, publisher.
Yeah, I think it was the Vampire Survivors dev, or maybe the Cult of the Lamb. Someone, they tweeted like, make sure to install my game before, and they said whatever the date was.
Oh, it was Cult of the Lamb.
Thing. Yeah, because we're taking it off then. Like, we're taking it off the stores then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they basically put it up as an open threat. They're like, if Unity doesn't fix their stuff, then we're literally going to deplatform our game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But on the...
And they made their money, and they're like, okay, we can handle that hit in order to, like, protect ourselves.
Yeah. And it's just like, even though it's been like really bad, and we're still like figuring this whole Unity thing out, it's so nice to see all of the devs and the people in the dev space like come together to like support each other, And like once Astro Crab did the little like JPEG thing, like every other company that I know is doing that too, of like, hey, this is messed up, that uses Unity.
Yeah.
So it's nice just to know that like a lot of indie devs have each other's back in times like this.
I mean, you got to at this point. Like right now, there's so many labor unions striking, and it's good because it shows that there's a lot of solidarity in communities and workplaces and workforces that are just like, this is just so unfair. We need to finally do something about it.
I think all these CEOs see the writing on the wall that the labor movement is just pushing and it's not going to stop. So they're just getting their golden parachutes now because they know in a couple of years.
That's exactly what I think is going on. Is like they're getting their golden parachute before the economy essentially collapses.
They're wringing it all out as much as they can before they're screwed. So that's why we always say eat them, because they can't take the money with them. And I think that maybe that's what you should do. All right.
Especially if you
no
put
whammy, no
chili
whammy, no
powder
whammy, no
on
whammy, no whammy. All right. That was
Still
probably
a
the
lot.
whammy. I do. Getting both of those houses and getting the max on the first house was pretty dang good for me. Yeah, this is why you hire a PR rep to properly say these things. Yeah. And I'm sure
well, my thing is, I'm sure they did, and the PR people were like, this is going to have a huge negative reaction.
Yeah.
They were like, well, how do we fix it? Don't do it? Oh, no, we have to do it.
No,
well,
it's like, no, here's how we fix it. We sell our stock the week before. Because that's what Riccatello and a whole bunch of other executives did, is they sold a ton of Unity stock the week before this announcement. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting
That's not
timing.
suspicious at all.
Yeah. So they knew it was going to tank. And I legitimately think part of this is they deliberately tanked their own stock so they could buy it back at a cheaper price. And then it'll slowly go up again.
That's
but they
what
don't care
Elon
about the
does.
value of their company.
Yeah.
Elon does that all the time. He puts his foot in his mouth, says something really shitty, makes the entire company stock go down, and just so he could buy it back.
Yeah. It's messed
Snail
up.
farm.
Snails.
Anybody at the top of an organization like that is evil.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
I mean,
Are you the only one left on the board, Anna? Oh, wow. I have not been paying attention to this game.
Yep. I'm talking about all kinds of things. Whee! Come on.
Yeah, so it'll be very curious to see how all this whole thing plays out. And it just once again it just shows you the power in numbers and how solidarity is a thing, and how the game dev community, even though it's big, the indie game dev community is small.
Well, and the indie game, I think that Unity became as popular as it did because indie devs created so much custom stuff for Unity.
Yeah.
There's so many custom tools to making games easier for you. Unity itself only goes so far, and then there's so many extra add-ons that you can get mostly for free for Unity. And all of those add-on devs, I'm sure, are now considering rewriting their tools for different engines.
Go to ChatGPT and just be like, rewrite this code in Godot. Just copy paste. My goodness.
Anyway, so
every time.
So that's why you should all contact Marmalade Studios to hire all of us to do something with them.
Is that that specific reason?
We're coming full circle now.
I'm just trying to imagine the type of argument that our community would try to make in this context here. So, because Unity sucks, hire all of Stumpt.
No, I'm saying, we don't need to be hired. Make a level that's for us. That's all I wanted, and bring back Soul Reaver.
Marmalade Studios, please bring back Soul Reaver.
You have the power. We know you do.
What if they made a Soul Reaver level?
It's like that Parks and Rec quote. He's like, I don't know who you are, but you look like you're powerful enough to bring back Power Rangers. Or something like that.
Yeah. You look important enough to bring back Power Rangers. You could get that done.
That's great.
Jazz, if they were like, we'll do a Soul Reaver, we'll make Soul Reaver, we'll redo Soul Reaver, or we'll give you a Stumpt level.
Soul Reaver.
Oh my gosh. You've betrayed me.
No.
Jazz has been asking.
I've been
Jazz has been asking about this for like a decade.
I think Enna won.
Me? No.
And it's got 2 crowns.
You got 2 crowns.
That's just in general. I always have 2 crowns. I'm not important.
And you have a ton of attributes. I think Enna won.
Let's see.
Unless you
So
have a
what
ton
you're
of
saying
loans.
is I should just not pay attention entirely to the game and look at Marmalade Studio.
Have you ever paid attention to this game?
Yes, I do actually. I try because I love the game.
And it won by 10 points.
10 points!
And it won by
What?
10 points.
This is
Let's
for all the
go.
this is for all the game devs out there. We're going through tough times. I believe in you.
Man.
I'm with you.
Goodness. Well done.
It's the little
Thank you.
victories, game devs. If you don't get an engine that treats you right, at least you get this victory here.
And you do. This is for everybody in game development right now.
So I got the ghosty.
You got the ghosty?
Yeah, I got
Cute.
the ghosty.
Oh, I got something. What did I? Oh, I also got the ghosty. Cute.
There you go.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all. I feel like that episode went off the rails. Like I'm sorry if you went in expecting an Orange Julius episode. Instead, you got an Eat the Rich episode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's not the first time that's happened.
If you enjoyed, please let us know. It's been like over a month, I think, since the last time we played a game of life, and yeah, I'm fine to return back to it and have our podcast be back on the channel. So let us know if you're enjoying it back down in the comments below. Also, we gotta play some more of that new Clue game. Not more. We gotta play that new Clue game.
Yeah.
Play it. Gotta do it.
So
Also, I think eating the rich would taste better with an Orange Julius.
oh my god.
There you go.
Just saying.
Keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're excited to see those upcoming Clue episodes. With that, we're gonna move on.